What's up, Noah?
Hey, how's it going? Pretty
Good.
good, thank you.
How do you say
How are
your
you? Oh, you say Noe.
Noe?
Noe.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
Before we get started, I wanted to just say that I've been watching a couple of last videos, and
Yeah,
frankly, I definitely look up to what you're doing, and I'm pulling for you, and no doubt you're going where you're supposed to go out. So kudos to you, my friend.
already started the process a little bit. Like you've already kind of gotten stuff like laid out a little bit, or where are
No,
you at?
nothing. I mean, ground. I'm not having set the foundation yet. I have the experience. I haven't
That's
had anything.
that's probably the most important thing, man. Like you need that first and foremost. Like if you don't have, I get people all the time. They're like, yeah, I've already got the license. I've already got this and that, and they're like, but I've never worked in an agency. I'm like, oh man, like I can't. I don't know. For me personally, I couldn't imagine starting this what I've done so far without some background, some experience. The fact that you already have the experience, that's a big, you know, you have a big advantage. So then it's just a matter of how good of an operator, how good of a leader, how good of an owner, how good of executor are you once you kind of get all that the foundation stuff. It's super doable, man. Like you just get the licenses, you get approved from the Department of Insurance. Simple, stuff. It's kind of tedious, but um, then it's a matter of like, okay, now you got this thing. How do you make sales? How do you get the phone to ring? How do you get the marketing going? How do you brand yourself? That's when it gets like, that's where the real talent kind of comes in. It's how good can you do that? Um, and that's going to determine how far you go, really. So,
You know, going back to these. So, hold on, trying. So once you started this, I don't know. Did you start with your own space once you got through the process of your own space, or did you start from home?
yeah,
What about that? What happened there with yourself?
good question. I started in this little office inside it was a bigger real estate office. And they had like a couple little offices that they were subleasing. And it just turned out, I actually found it on Craigslist. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds sketchy, but I found it on Craigslist, and it was this little office, probably like 200 square feet, 250 square feet. It had like a green wall in the back. It looked super funky. And it was like $500 a month. And for me personally, I had just graduated college, so I was, living with my parents. I was like, do I want to be working in my house? Like my parents are here. Um,
Mm.
kitchen's right there. The TV is right there. Like I could be distracted by a million different things. They're gonna tell me to do something, get up and like go clean this or something. I don't even know. So I was just like, no way, dude. Like I need to get out of here. So I got the office. I made the investment. I knew it was gonna, that $500 I could have been using towards leads or something else. But I
Mm-hmm.
felt that if I kind of took that jump and I started, with the office, physical location from the beginning. First of all, it gives you a little more credibility in the eyes of carriers and people you're working with, that you actually have your own office. It's a real place. On top of that, it gives you a separation from home. I think nowadays with like everybody working from home, I think it was working out great for now. Everyone's super happy, but 5 years continuing to work at home, I don't know, man. I think eventually that's going to wear on people. Um, so yeah, I think it would be good to possibly get yourself a little office, and um, yeah, that's a good way to go, I think.
I definitely agree with that. We were on the same. I guess you could say pretty much most of the people were in the same thing, working from home for those months or those couple of months. But no doubt, and I'm glad you answered that. My answer that I wanted to tell myself is that you want to get that, definitely want to get that space, be it small, because it's definitely important. I think still people like the face to face. I know we have so many advances. Of course, being from the Bay Area here up north, we have so much going
Oh,
on up here.
yeah,
So the technology and making things easier for people, user friendly things are definitely important. but I think the face to face is more important than that. So I think, you know, you definitely want to have that that retail, I mean, excuse me, that space. And I'm glad you said that, which leads me now, Chris, to the next question is,
Yeah.
um, did you hire right away? Did you just do everything by yourself? What was going on with yourself at that point?
That's also, excellent questions, because these are some, foundational things that, and they're decisions that can make or break the early like stages of success of an
Mhm,
agency.
mhm,
So, yeah, as far as hiring, it took me about 6 to 8 months before I even decided to hire. I kind of, wanted to build up some premium on the book, so that I had some type of, um, baseline of revenue coming into the business. So I, let about 6 to 8 months pass, and the first hire that I made was kind of like a family. It was like a family friend almost. It was like my sister's, friend's brother. It was like family friend, and he kind of reached out to me, and it was just good timing. So I said, "Yeah, man, like come in here, let's get to work." And that was kind of my first experience getting somebody hired in. Um, and it was a little bit more of a part-time, so it gave me flexibility. I didn't have to pay him full-time, payroll and salary. So I had, some, because at the time I wasn't able to pay somebody full-time. I had to pay, part-time.
mhm.
So it worked out well. It was a good balance, and taught me a bunch. So 6 to 8 months, I think you should hire sometime within the first year, just so that you can start to learn what it feels like to get somebody being partner, in the business, helping you delegate, business and delegate work from you, so you could focus on what's important, which is getting more, leads, getting more deals done, closing more deals, building the business, handing over some of the stuff that's taking up some of your time.
Mm-hmm.
So hiring as soon as you possibly can without hurting the business, and making sure, you want to make sure you make payroll. You don't want to be stuck in a position where you're like, oh man, like sorry, I can't pay you this month or something like that.
Right.
That's not a good spot to be in. The data that came back was that the number one volume of deals that were coming in were from current clients. So that just shows me, and what that kind of tells me is that our service is pretty, it's good, because current clients are happy with us. They're calling us back. We're calling them. They have more, they hear from us, and then they go and they buy another policy for whatever they might need, or they refer a friend or something along those lines. So yeah, man,
Definitely.
service is huge. But there's a lot of buckets that you need to touch on so that you get a constant flow of leads, referral partners, buying leads, whether it's posting on social media, whether it's cross-selling your current clients, um, you know, advertisements on, I don't know. I prefer to stay away from physical like mailers and stuff. I think everybody's
Right. I
attention
hear you.
is on the phone like nowadays, but
Right.
good.
Um, so I don't do life. I don't do any other life insurance.
Yeah.
Is that necessary to have your own agency? Well, I guess you could say it's a two-part question. That's part number one. And then part number two is going back to yourself. Do you do your life yourself, or do you have someone else do the life insurance?
Yeah, great question. So when I first started the agency, I didn't do life insurance. I wasn't even licensed in life insurance. So I got licensed probably like 6 months after I started the agency. And then, yeah, we do life insurance as well. We offer it because I think it's important to diversify. So if you have too much, auto insurance, too much home insurance,
Mhm.
too much, commercial restaurants, let's just say, for example, restaurants, and then all of a sudden the coronavirus hits and wipes out all the restaurants, you're vulnerable. If you have
Right.
life insurance, you don't want to be all in one place. Also, life insurance commissions are a lot bigger than P&C commissions. So
Right.
good revenue, builder. So that for early on, I would recommend having it in your toolkit, tool belt, because if
Okay.
you sell a big life policy, it could, pay for leads and ads that, could get more business going for you. So yeah, no, I think we're short on time, but I think we gotta hop off. But um, yeah, man, I really appreciate it. I hope the best for you, and I just keep me updated too. I want to see where it all goes, and I'm excited for you, man. I have a good feeling. I think you're gonna do well, and I can tell. I can feel it.
Definitely. Definitely. and that's a mutual feeling, Chris. So the best to you, and no doubt to you and your team.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got the. Thank you guys.